did you do this to me? You gave me herpes.
No, I didn't. You're out of your mind.
You liar! I'm covered in disgusting sores. They're spreading everywhere. On my lips, on my body, down there. I can't even leave the house. How can I ever show my face again? You did this. You ruined my life.
Imagine the horror, the shame, and the humiliation. That's exactly what happened to Lisa, a 32-year-old nurse whose seemingly perfect life was shattered in an instant. Before that horrible moment, Lisa had everything going for her. Friends, family, a career she loved. Now, she was being avoided, shunned, and accused of the unthinkable. Her friends wouldn't call. Her co-workers gave her disgusted stares. Lisa felt cursed, dirty, untouchable. For weeks, she didn't leave her room. Then came the lowest point. Standing in the bathroom, staring hopelessly at a handful of prescription pills, Lisa thought of ending it all.
What if it all just ended right now?
It was the darkest moment she could imagine, until she discovered something that would change everything. Something so simple and so effective that it would not only eradicate her virus, but shock doctors, stun friends, and infuriate billion-dollar pharmaceutical companies. Because Lisa is now 100% herpes-free, no more sores, no more outbreaks, and no more shame. And it's all thanks to a groundbreaking, scientifically proven, and perfectly safe method that has already helped thousands of men and women just like her. Hi, I am Dr. Robert Beck, and I know this sounds impossible, but you're about to find the shocking truth about herpes that the mainstream medical community doesn't want you to know. You do not have to suffer from herpes ever again. I'll show you clinically proven stigma and fear. Imagine your doctor looking at your test results in disbelief, saying the words you never thought you'd hear. It's gone. There's no trace of herpes in your body. This isn't fantasy. This can be your reality. So let's get started. Your doctor might have told you're struggling with outbreaks because of your weak immune system. But according to MIT Health, even the strongest immune system can't stop the herpes virus from replicating and causing outbreaks. It seems like no matter how many vitamins you take or how healthy you eat to have a strong immune system, the virus still finds a way to come back. So then, what's the real reason behind your outbreaks? The answer might surprise you, but it has nothing to do with your immune system being weak. And I'll show you why even the strongest immune system can't stop the herpes virus. New research from Harvard University shows that the virus has built an impenetrable fortress around itself called a bioshield that makes it unkillable. Once you understand how this mechanism works, you'll have everything you need to fight back and finally get rid of the virus. So get ready to say goodbye to those days of feeling vulnerable and scared of the next embarrassing outbreak. To never again live in constant fear of rejection or judgment from your partner when they find out you have herpes. To not have to endure the painful and unsightly cold sores that keep popping up on your lips or genitals. To shake off the constant disappointment and self-doubt clinging to you since your first outbreak. And to finally go back to being the confident, happy, and carefree person you were before herpes took over your life. Now, you may be feeling skeptical, and that's okay. I understand that you've probably tried everything and heard every promise under the sun, only to be disappointed and end up back where you started. Back to the doctor's office, back to the expensive prescription medications, and back to the painful outbreaks. But all that is about to change. So please pay close attention because this is the only piece of information you'll need to know about herpes. And it's the key to finally breaking free from the virus that's been holding you back. But first, it's important you understand that this solution hasn't only worked in a lab or on just a few people. Over 23,550 men and women who have been struggling with herpes have already tried it and seen unbelievable results.
Ever since I was diagnosed with herpes, my love life has been a nightmare. From dates that ended in disaster.
You see, my team and I were always looking for new ways to help our patients, and we're always on the lookout for the latest research papers and studies. That's when we stumbled upon a study from Harvard University that changed everything we thought we knew about herpes and provided the key to finally stopping the virus. In the past, we had many patients who were struggling with herpes. At that time, we told them what every other doctor would say. There's no cure for herpes, and you'll have to learn to live with it. Here are some creams that might help. If only I knew then what I know now. Herpes is not a life sentence. There is a way to stop it, and it's easier than you think. But before I tell you more about the discovery, let me tell you Lisa's story. For the past 30 years, I've seen thousands of patients like you. And for many years, the only solution I could offer was the same old antiviral drugs. Like all the other doctors, I thought there was nothing else I could do until I met Lisa, a 32-year-old nurse who had been dealing with herpes for almost 4 years. Lisa's story was heartbreaking. She had first noticed mild symptoms, which she brushed off as a rash from shaving. Little did Lisa tell me she felt isolated because the stigma around herpes made her feel like she couldn't talk to anyone about it. Despite trying every medication her doctors recommended and every home remedy she came across online, nothing seemed to provide lasting relief. Each outbreak was a painful reminder of her situation, and with each one, her hope of finding a real solution dwindled. When Lisa walked into my office, she wasn't just looking for a medical treatment, she was seeking a lifeline. Now imagine me trying to explain to this poor girl that there's no cure for herpes and that she'll have to live with it for the rest of her life. She was doomed to a life of rejection and shame from any person she'd be in contact with. And just like every other doctor, I firmly believed that herpes was incurable. Oh, how wrong I was. Seeing the sadness in Lisa's eyes, system recognizes as self. When a virus enters your body, your immune system recognizes it as non-self and attacks it. But the problem with herpes is that it's a master of disguise. It has a protective mechanism called a bioshield that hides its important. But here's the thing. There are 45 million Americans who suffer from herpes, and yet no one is doing anything to help them. It's like the pharmaceutical companies are happy with just managing the symptoms and cashing in on their misery. Because of this, people are forced to live with the virus for the rest of their lives. Their doctors tell them that there is no cure, and there's nothing they can do except up their dosage or switch to a different drug. And I'm sure you've tried them all. You name it, acyclovir, valacyclovir, famciclovir, and so on. They're all the same. They all promise to help you manage the symptoms, but none of them can permanently stop the virus. And the worst part is that they all come with a long list of side effects. Fourth time in the past year that acyclovir has been recalled due to NDMA contamination. So if you've been feeling unwell, it might be because of that. This is why I'm stressing that we've been misled about the safety of traditional treatments. In truth, these methods don't always work and might even harm our health in the long run. Now, I'm not suggesting you completely abandon your herpes medications. Still, it's important to be aware that their benefits can come with drawbacks. So why are doctors still prescribing these drugs? Well, because they don't have any other options. Even if they did, big pharma companies have such a tight grip on the medical industry that they wouldn't let them. People deserve better than just a band-aid solution that doesn't even work half the time. Acyclovir is well known to stop working after a while, leaving you with side effects and no relief. As it turns out, the herpes virus is gaining resistance to these drugs, and they're becoming less and less effective. That's the reason why your doctor keeps increasing making it almost impossible to target and eliminate. They call the immune system, allowing it to recognize and destroy the virus. It would also stop replication, preventing the virus from spreading even more. However, this study was only a proof of concept, an idea. It still needed to be a practical solution for patients like Lisa. It felt like we were on the verge of a scientific miracle, find a compound that could effectively identify and disrupt the fusion loops, exposing the virus to the immune system and preventing replication. We only saw there was something you should know. Given the potency of this blend, and the media coverage it has started getting, I'm currently facing pressure from big pharmaceutical companies to pull this supplement off the market. Why? The reason is clear. Herpes has proven so successful in stopping herpes outbreaks that it's eating into their profit. Remember, your virus is protecting itself with a mechanism called Herpes BioShield. So even after Herpes helps you break through this barrier, some of the virus might still be hiding in your body. You should keep taking it to make sure you get rid of the virus entirely and prevent any future outbreaks. However, since we don't know how many infected cells you have, it's best to keep taking it even after the 90 days are up. If you genuinely want to experience the full benefits and enjoy a herpes-free life, if you want to make sure you're saving compared to costly antiviral medications that might not work and have no guarantees, and that's not all. We know most of our customers want to keep using it every day to protect themselves. Our top-tier 60 days money-back guarantee ensures you're either completely satisfied or you get your investment